Okay, now this is video on analytical method I promise I'll create. So just this one is just about solving questions. There's no much intro. But there's one thing I just need you to know. There's one thing I need you to know. If you have a force, if you have this is a four cardinal points, north, south, east, and west. This is the intro, and this is you need to understand the basis of this to not get confused, so don't cheat you in the exam or need to make it well. So if a force is in this direction, let's call that force F. If a force is in this direction and the angle horizontally is 30 degrees. We all know that this force has two components, Fx and Fy. And our knowledge is that Fx is always F cos theta and Fy is always F sine theta. Well, this is true, but we should also know that Fx could be F sine theta. Yes, Fx could be F sine theta. And I'll explain that. So you need to understand these concepts that it's not every time Fx is F cos theta and Fy is F sine theta. So it's just understanding the concept and you understand everything. So that's what I want to explain now. So looking at this force, if you want to understand this, so let me just tell you a brief story on how you understand this. So Tolu went to the market. Tolu mom wanted to send him to the market. So on sending him to the market, she gave him 500 naira to buy tomatoes and pepper. So he collected the money, and as was going, he misplaced the money. So when he went home, he was like, "Mom, I misplaced the money." So the mom cursed him. Why did the mom curse him? Because she gave him the money and he misplaced it. So the next day, the mom gave him another money to buy tomatoes and pepper. So he also misplaced that one. But on going, it was like, I can't return or else my mom is going to cost me. So we went to Tola's house and wanted to borrow money. And Tola was like, okay, you don't have the money. I'm going to borrow the money. But if I borrow the money, you have to sign an agreement. If I borrow the money, I was like, oh, cool. I'll sign it. Then he signed the agreement and that was how I got 500 naira. Bought the tomatoes and pepper, went home and he didn't disappoint the mother. So, looking at that story now, we are going to apply it here. That story is just for you to remember actually. So, when they give you the angle here, and they say you find the force in the horizontal direction, you look like what's the horizontal? This is the horizontal, right? So, this is the horizontal, and it says you find the force in the horizontal direction. The angle is given already. So, the fx, which is the horizontal, since they give us the angle, that would be f cos 30 because Tolu mother gave him the money, that which is the angle. So if it does not go, it's a cost for him. So that's F cos 30. And FY, the money was not given. He already misplaced the money here. So you need to sign an agreement with Tola to get the money. So that would be F sign 30. Okay, this is a basic example. This is a basic example. You guys will be like, okay, this one is blah blah blah. So let's assume this angle was here. Let's assume this angle was here, 30 degrees. Let's assume this angle was here. Fx, which is the horizontal direction, which is in the horizontal, will now be F sine 30. And why? F sine 30. And why? Because the sign was not given, the angle was not given, which is the money. So you have to sign an agreement to get the money. F sine 30. And to also make this thing clear, you know that to also make this thing clear so you won't get a lot of distractions. But just know it this way because this is the basic. So to prove it, yeah, that's what I'm saying. To prove it, in our secondary school days, if they give us 30, we resolve this back to 60, then we say F cos 60. But have you also forgotten that sin 30 is also the same thing as cos 60? Yes, sin 30 is zero point 0.5, cos 60 is also zero point 0.5. So you see, as if you are getting the same answer. So it's just the same concept, but this is faster because we are going to be solving a lot of complex examples where you don't even need to resolve. But if you resolve, you're going to waste a lot of your time. So just know it like that. If they don't give you the angle, fx is f sine 30, and fy, if they give us the angle, is a cost for me to split. It's a cost for me because they give me the money. So that's f cos 30. So that's just the basic, and that's just the basic one I need you to know. Just know this, and also the other one I need you to know is the cardinal point where they distract you. A lot of and like Professor Awe, that's the person that's going to take you picture. I want to be distract with this. So we distract with this. So we need to take that also. So if they give you a force like this and you said the direction is north 50-degree east, just know that this is east, 50-degree east of north. And when I say of north, that means the angle belongs to north. So the 50-degree will be here. A lot of us learn this thing even in primary school. Yes, we also learn this thing in primary school, but they won't explain it very well to us. They won't explain it well to us. So when they say north 50-degree east, that's east of north. East of north, that means the angle belongs to north. East of north, bread of north, like bread of north, that's bread, the north's bread. So east of north, and the angle belongs to north. So 50 degrees. So they can also give you 50, they can also give you 30-degree west, that will be west of south. Here's a west of south. You go to the southwest direction. 30-degree west of south. That means the angle belongs to south. That's 30-degree. 30-degree west of south. So a lot of people mix it up. Put it instead of putting 50-degree, put it 50-degree. You find the answer in the option. Or instead of putting this, you put this here. Find the answer in the option now. You also pick it. And don't forget that in the example, any answer you get is always correct. Till you see your result. That's when you know that okay, I made a lot of mistakes. So any answer, because any answer you get, and you see an answer in the option, you'll be happy, I've gotten it. Next. That's the next question. But no. So you have to understand that. In our first test, this man he tricked us with this question. He gave us this. He said we should resolve all this. He gave us the number one. Then he did this. He said E. He said E. I don't think this exists. Well, just to trick students into picking the wrong answer. They do that a lot in the University of Ibadan. He said E 30-degree. Which I was not 30-degree. I said E 30-degree and 30-degree N. Okay. A lot of people were like, okay, it's a typo error, it's supposed to be N 30-degree E. But we that they already exposed us to trick like this that okay, don't make this mistake, this was the mistake, man. So this is just the interpretation. This is just the interpretation. This is the interpretation. This doesn't actually exist. Like it's always NESESWNW. But just the trick student that do you really understand this? Do you really understand the concept? And they give you this and you be like, what's this? It's a typo error. Then you find your answer in the option and you pick it. So this is 30-degree north of east. So will it be in the horizontal direction or vertical direction? Good. The horizontal direction because it said 30-degree north of east. 30-degree north of east. That means the angle belongs to east because it's 30-degree north of east. So of east, that's 30 degree. 30-degree. And it's also not 60-degree east because if this is 30, it will be 60. So that's 60-degree north of east. That's 60-degree. There's also a question that Professor Awe he also gave them. He said before us that he said which of these angles are equal. Then he said east. He said option A is 30-degree north and not 60-degree east. He gave them a lot of options. So this was the correct option because if you interpret it north east 30-degree north, that means the angle belongs to east. Put it in the horizontal direction. north, 60 degree east. Angle belong to north, put in opposite directions. So you can see it's also the same thing, but it's just that they want to trick you, put in here, put in there. So these are just the two concepts for you to get. So you won't have problem vector, solving the resolution of vectors using the analytical method. You have to know those concepts very, very well. You have to understand it. And if there's anything you don't understand, the information I've given you, you can just write it in the comments and I'll attend to you. But I'm always active in the comment section. So so let's solve this question to clear our doubts if I really understand. So they said if three forces F1, F1, F1 is 20 Newton, 30 degree northeast. And you can see 30 degree northeast, 30 degree northeast, and F2 is 50 Newton along west, along west, along west, and F3 is 40 Newton, 40 Newton, 50 degree, 50 degree, 50 degree northwest. Say find the resultant in magnitude and direction. So let me put it. Say find the resultant in magnitude and direction. So in finding the resultant in magnitude and direction, first thing you need to do before you do anything, draw the diagram, draw the four cardinal points and interpret it. And it. Should I draw it here? Okay, let me draw it. You have to draw the four cardinal points. So because if you don't interpret it, there's no how you want to solve. You have to draw the four cardinal points. So our F1 is what? 20 Newton, 30 degree east of north. 30 degree east of north. Yes, they can also put it like this, 30 degree NE. So it's east of north. So the angle belongs to north. That's 30 degree, 20 Newton. F2, 50 Newton along W. This is east, this is west. So they said along W. So that's 50 Newton. So that's 50 Newton. And F3 is 40 Newton west of north, 50 degree west of north. Where's west? Where is north and west? This is north, this is west. So 50 degree, this is 40 Newton. So it said 50 degree west of north. It belongs to this, it belongs to north. So that's 50 degree. Now let's solve. So solving this vectorially, we use IJ and K concept. So F1 now. F1. F1 has two components, the X and the Y component. I know that I told you in the last video that I is X and J is Y component. K will be Z component, but there's no Z component here. So F1 will be I is what? I is so now I explained in the last is this video now I explained it, I explained it. So 20, this is one to the horizontal component and that's I. So will it be 20 sine 30 or 20 cos 30? Good. 20 sine 30. Why? Because they didn't give us the angle here. So we have to sign an agreement before we go. So that's 20 sine 30. That's 20 sine 30 I. 20 sine 30 I because it is the horizontal component plus 20 cos 30. 20 cos 30 20 cos 30 G. F2 will be 50 Newton along Y. This along Y now, 50 Newton along Y is in the negative X axis, right? So, and there's no angle there. So it's just the minus. Do you know why it's minus? Because it's the negative X axis. Because anything here is negative, anything here is positive, anything here is positive, anything here is negative. The normal concept that you know before. So, but because this thing is in the negative X axis, so it's been minus 50 I and does not have a vertical component, so it will be plus 0j. So F3 should be able to do that. So you can just complete the formula and find the answer. So so 50. So this one is 50. The x component is 50 sine. Okay, sorry, 40, 40, 40 sine 50. Degrees is 50. 40 sine 50. 45 50 I. 40 sine 50 I. But it will be minus 40 sine 50 I. Why? Because we are resolving the x component and the x component is in negative x axis. So plus this one is the positive y axis. So it is still 40 cos 50. 40 cos 50. 40 cos 50 G. 40 cos 50 J. Okay, so let's just do that. So the resultant will now be F1 plus F2 plus F3. So let's add all the F components. Let's add all the I and J components. So adding the I components, use your calculator. So 20 sine 30. 20 sine 30 I minus 50 I plus 40 sine 50. That's minus 9.36 I. That's minus 9.36 I. Minus 9.36 I. Let's see that's minus 9.36. Minus 9.36 I. So let's add that for J. 20 cos 30 J plus 0J plus 42 cos 50. That's 43 points plus 43.3 plus 43.03 plus 43.03 G plus 43.03. Let me confirm this by 20 and 30. Then 30 minus 50 minus 40 sin 50 minus 40 sin 50. Uh-huh. So that's minus 70.6. Sorry, minus 70. No, I'm looking for minus 70.6. Minus 70.6. So, so to find the magnitude, I already told you to find the magnitude. It is square root of x squared plus y squared. This is the formula of x squared plus y squared. So to find the magnitude, we square this, then we square it. That's 70.6 squared plus 43.03 squared. Then square root, and the answer is 82, 82.7 Newton. 82.7 Newton. So you said the second question. So that was 82.7, 2.7 Newton. Yes, that's 2.7 Newton. So they didn't only ask us for the can you guys see this thing? So this is 82. I'm sorry this marker is not. So this is 82. 82.7 Newton, that was lots of the magnitude. So the direction is very, very easy. You don't need to use sign formula like the geometric method that we did last. What you just need to do is tan theta. Tan theta. Tan theta is equal to y over x. That was going to do. So tan theta is equal to y over x. What's y? The vertical component is y. What's x? The horizontal component is x. So what we are just going to do is y by x. That's 43.03 over 70.6 minus 70.6. That will give you that's 43.03 divided by minus 70.6. Shift down reverse, that's 31.360. So theta is 31.336. That's 1.36 degree. So you can see this one is much better instead of looking for the using sine angle to look for the rest. So we just use this at 1.36 degree.
So that 1.36 degree, but is it in the first quadrant or the second quadrant or the third quadrant? Is it the first quadrant, the second quadrant, the third quadrant? How do we know that? How do we know? Because you can't just leave your answer in that 1.36 degree. You need to know if it's in the first quadrant, because this is the first quadrant, this is the second, the third, the fourth. So how are we going to know the real direction? Is it in the first quadrant, second, or third quadrant? Very, very easy. Where is your eye? Your eye is 70.6 I in the negative I. Negative I, that's in the negative I. So that's negative I. That means I is here. So I is negative I. Because this is negative x axis, right? And negative I is negative horizontal axis. And horizontal axis is x axis. So negative I. And where's your G? Positive y axis. So that's G, positive y axis. And you got what? You got 31.36. And that's 31.36. 31.36 is here. So which quadrant is it? In the second quadrant. So you write 31.36 in the second quadrant. So that's just it about analytical method. Just know that if your your magnitude is here, just know that this one is negative x-axis, positive x-axis, positive y-axis, negative y-axis. Know that if they give you 30-degree angle east of north, west of north, it could be SW, west of south, it could be NW, west of north, it could be EN. I already told you, north of east, so it be for east. So that's just the basic concept you need to know about analytical method. We're going to be solving a lot of questions in the next video, and that's all about it. Thank you. Make sure you hit the like button. Any step you don't understand, just comment it in the comment section. I'll get to you, and subscribe for more videos.